Welcome back to the 15th part of Debugging at Scale, where debugging and issue resolution are a part of an organized, all-encompassing process. We often debug ad hoc when building small or hobbyist projects. This works, but can be problematic for larger issues where developers keep stepping on each other's toes as they work on the same or similar issues. Oftentimes, it's hard to understand that the root cause of an issue is due to a feature from another developer. It's hard to tell if two bug symptoms result from a single root cause. As a result, we can assign two developers to fix the same bug in parallel. Don't work on a bug without an issue in your issue tracking system. Make sure they assign the issue to you and that it's marked as active. This way, the project manager and teammates can keep track, keep up to date on other issues to avoid conflicts. Even if you and a teammate are working on two separate issues, if the investigation leads to the same area, your fixes might collide. Issues are often easier to locate than pull requests or specific commits. When reviewing a regression, the ability to connect a pull request to the source issue is essential. We need to keep the discussion within the issue tracker and not in a volatile environment like group chats. Why don't we communicate over the issue tracker? Sometimes it's because we have a more elaborate generic discussion going on. Sometimes we just talk too much during the daily stand-up meeting, and instead of just saying, I'll follow up in the issue tracker. It's sometimes uncomfortable to criticize or admit ignorance in a public record. That's why we try to send some of our discussion to ephemeral or private channels. We don't want to embarrass someone else or be embarrassed. This is good. Team cohesion and empathy are core, but we need to make sure to minimize that and log everything applicable into the issue tracker instead of falling back into old habits. Otherwise, we'll pay for this dearly when a team member leaves and their private conversations vanish. Speaking of daily meetings, teamwork and a daily meeting are essential for projects with multiple active developers who work on similar things. Don't be a wallflower in such meetings. Update the team about your current theories and direction. If a colleague is describing something that sounds familiar, engage. This is the reason to have these meetings, and if there's a chance of mid-air collision while working on a bug, you should work as a team and not as individuals. At this point, the project manager can help guide you on aligning your work, but make sure to cut the discussion. It needs to move to the issue tracker where we can have a record of everything that was said and done to resolve the issue. Many developers want to start the debugging process by creating a unit test that reproduces the issue. This isn't an easy or even possible before you understand the problem. You should create a test before fixing the issue, and it should be a part of the pull request that fixes the issue. I would highly recommend requiring a 60% or higher coverage ratio per pull request. So changes that aren't covered by the tests will be rejected by default. The alternative is constant regressions, where an issue that was fixed comes back to bite us repeatedly. We'll discuss unit tests in depth in a future video. Notice that unit tests are usually ideal since they run fast, produce instant feedback, and can pinpoint the issue with razor-sharp precision. Integration tests are wonderful and arguably even more important than unit tests. In some cases, they're the only way to reproduce an issue, and that's okay. Unit tests are generally good at preventing regressions, but they're not as great at verifying quality. To verify quality, I make sure to only test for coverage on the integration tests and not on the unit tests. Unit test coverage can be misleading in terms of quality. We might have code that covers something that's never reached. Using unit tests to cover that might leave us with dead code in the system and additional complexity. In the next video, we will discuss common tips and tricks for debugging that will make a difference. If you have any questions, please use the Slack channel to ask them. Thank you.